Hey, it's Klaus here with another e-commerce coffee break. This time I will do another Shopify theme review, and we will look into the Flex theme of Out of the Sandbox. So let's get right into it. So here we are on my Shopify partner demo store, and the team of Out of the Sandbox was nice to give me a free test license to show you the Flex theme. So you can see here we are on the preview of the store. And I have not done a lot. I just went in briefly and did change a few things. And I want to show you basically the back end. Obviously, on the theme library of Shopify, if you go in there in the theme store, you will find Flex. Look for Flex from Out of the Sandbox, and they have a couple of demo stores which are fully layouted and whatsoever that you can have a look at. For me, it's more important to show you the back end because obviously that's where you want to work on. So as I said, this is the demo store that I have right now, and now let's dive into the back end and see what the theme has. So the Out of the Sandbox gives you a app which is called a theme updater, and with the theme updater, then you can install their different themes. So you will see here, Flex is here, and let's go into customize and see what's happening in the back end of that theme. Let's move this over here. So it starts in showing you the homepage here, but I actually want to start with the theme settings down here. So the theme settings give you the basic settings for the Flex theme. And there's a couple of things that you can do here. I want to say Flex has a lot of options implemented in the theme, which is a good thing because it might save you money on hiring a software developer for certain features because they're already in there. On the other hand, it might be a bit confusing and a bit of a learning curve when you start working with the theme. So here we have a couple of options. Announcement bar, which is up here. You can put this on and off, obviously. I would always recommend having a notification bar up there. As you know, it's gone. It's also called a hello bar, announcement bar, notification bar. It's all the same word for the same thing, or different words for the same thing. Up here, I would always have some information on promotions, on free shipping. You have seen that on many sites, but it has been proven very, very useful. Then you can already have a pop-up in here. So you don't need to have another app for implementing a pop-up. The theme comes already with a pop-up generator in there, which can be quite handy. But depending on what kind of features you want to have for your pop-up. So for instance, you want to have a timed pop-up and not only an exit intent pop-up, you might want to go for an app nevertheless. And then you can have a couple of a fixed message bar here. So that would be another bar. I wouldn't go for too many bars on top of here. You want to keep your header very, very narrow so that the main content of your store always is on the screen without scrolling down. One interesting option that I found here is header. They offer four different things here, four different options. So they have a centered one, where I need to load for a second, where you see it makes it very narrow. So you basically have just a navigation there, and then you would have your logo in the middle. So that basically where it says demo store, there would be your logo. I'm not a big fan of centered ones. You have a classic one. So on the classic one, you basically would see your logo there, and then the menu, and then the card. I don't like that either because the search bar or the search feature is sort of hidden. And then you have the search focus, which I like the most of the options they offer here, because there you already have the search bar here, which is very, very helpful. And you have your logo there, very small, the card. So this is basically best practice, which is the way I would recommend that for my coaching clients. And then you have a vertical here, which I haven't actually opened. Let's see how that looks, just to get an idea. Okay, so then you have the navigation on the left-hand side. Would not really recommend that. Stick to the things that work. And in regards of conversion optimization of your store, the search-focused header is definitely the best one. Interesting enough, it's not the one that is in there by default, so you would need to go into the settings, into layout, and change it there. Also for the footer, you have a couple of options here. Just let's scroll down, see how it looks right now. I think it looks good. Would not necessarily do anything there. Let's see what the promotional one is, just to get an idea what their idea is of having a promotional one. Yeah, it makes the footer far too big. So you have a section here where you can add some promotional items to the footer. That's generally not a bad idea, but I would do that in a different way. So let's go back to classic for the footer. And then down here also with the layout, you can not only do the layout for the home page, they also have 3 options for the product page, and then you can see here how you want to load your images. So they have lazy loading, but they have different options here on how it shows in there. So this is everything that's only in layout. You see there's a couple of options there that you need to set in the beginning. And what I like a lot there, because it's sort of very clean and structured here, you can also go there and do the settings as you want to have them for your mobile view. Now up here you can change into mobile and see how your site looks on a mobile device. And you see here, for instance, it's breaking up. Now, obviously, you need to go for different screen resolutions. You can do that in your browser just to see how your site looks on a mobile device. But it's very clean here. So that tells you already you can, for instance, have a different logo on your mobile device than what you would have on your desktop device. As for the buttons, buttons obviously should have the same look and feel, especially call to actions buttons on the whole site. And you can change that very easy here by just assigning the color that you want to have for your buttons. You can assign link style, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things here that you can do only for buttons, which I think is nice that they have put this all together. Same for icons, same for breadcrumbs. How do you want to have the font? Should it all be in capital letters and so on and so forth for the drop down menus. So there's a lot of things there that you can do here, and also in a central way you can do enable the mega menu. You see here, if we go over there, then a mega menu opens. Now, obviously, this is a big advantage of the Flex theme. It comes with a mega menu. A lot of themes have just a simple drop-down menu, which you also can configure here if you want to do that. But if you have a bigger number of products in your Shopify store, then you want to have a clear structure in your menu, and you want to look into a mega menu. You should not overdo it with mega menus, not go crazy, but they give you quite a few options here on how to work with that. Then the general colors of your store are all in here, which is very nice. And the typography, which means which kind of font do you want to use. So they have Open Sans here, which I think is a very nice font for any website. It's easy on the eye. It's easy to read. It's very clear. And so that I like that a lot. So, and also for the headers, you can decide on what the font sizes are. So you already can see here, I don't want to go too deep in there. There is a lot of general settings for the theme, and they're very nicely packed together in the theme settings. So let me just go into the search. Yeah, so as for the search, it basically gives you you see here a very nice search feature there. It's intelligent search. Again, that's where you save on another app because it's already included in the theme. And that's the point of having a premium theme. You might pay more for buying a premium paid theme like Flex is, but on the long run, it will save you a lot of money because there are a lot of features that you otherwise would need to buy on a monthly subscription free from the Shopify App Store are already included here. So let's go back and go actually into the pages. You see here we have the different pages of your store. And if we go into the product page, the left-hand navigation here will change and will show you only the options that you have for the product pages. Now, I must say the product page already from the Flex theme as a standard is very, very good. So everything is in the right place. And a couple of things I would switch off and change. Obviously, there's no reviews here. I would put that in there. And I would see if I can put the add to cart button also above the fold. So higher up here somewhere so that the buyer's box is not as long and people don't have to scroll very for a long time to get to the add to cart button. Overall, I think it's, again, here, a lot of options there for the specific page, what you want to show, what you want to go through. You can add custom CSS classes or custom CSS overall. So there's a lot of options that you can customize things that are not standard within the theme. And also for the images, recommended products, so you can add more things as you go there. Same works for all the other pages, obviously. So a very easy way to find your way around. The one thing I want to say is the Flex theme, and the same applies to the Turbo theme of Out of the Sandbox, is so feature rich that it will take you some time in the beginning to get your head around and to get all the settings done for the best perfect custom store that you want to have. And always you need to keep in mind everything you do on the store should be done in a way that you end up having a conversion optimized store. So you don't want to put only the things in that you really need. You don't want to overwhelm your customer. And all the things that I have talked about in my other videos and where I help my clients with in optimizing their stores. So overall, I would give the Flex theme a 5 out of 5 points. So it's really good. Beside of that, it's also really loading very fast. So the guys from Out of the Sandbox are known for delivering high quality Shopify themes. The Flex theme is just one of them, but I would definitely recommend looking into it. If you want to have a professional Shopify store, then you want to have a professional theme, and it is definitely worth to invest a little bit more money upfront to get there instead of trying to either reinvent the wheel or trying to build something with a free theme or a cheap theme and then adding tons of apps to it, which will at the end of the day make it more expensive and slow it down or even break the theme. So I hope that makes sense. That was just a quick run through from the Flex theme from Out of the Sandbox. If you want to learn more on how I help my clients with optimizing and growing their Shopify stores and their online marketing, hit me up and I will get you all the details. And as always, like, subscribe, and comment. And I see you in the next one. Have a great day.